Traveling to Consciousness, exploring spiritual journeys to find answers in uncertainty.
What is up, conscious monkeys? Welcome back to another episode of Traveling to Consciousness, the podcast that is designed and dedicated to having you live your best life, to empowering you, to finding the real power that lies inside you. So much of this world is us going externally for the power, thinking that it's in money, in cars, in a relationship, in a house, in all of these material things. But in reality, it lives already within you. We just need to tap into it. We need to open ourselves up to receiving it. As always, my name is Clayton. I'll be your host on this beautiful journey. And what we're focusing on today is a very important topic. It's a topic that I have seen a lot playing out in my own life, and it's something I'm starting to see in other people's lives. As an example, a client that I'm working with, she knows all the things. She's actually very intelligent in this regard. She's meditating, she's journaling, she's seeing a therapist, she's working with me, she's doing EFT tapping, and I'm sure she's also doing some sort of quantum healing at some level, and probably a couple other things that she may or may not be aware of. I'm not sure if I mentioned journaling, but she's also journaling. And she's not seeing the progress in her life. She's not seeing that flick happen. She's not seeing the ROI, the return on her investment of doing these spiritual, these meditative, these centered practices. And I know that this is something that probably a lot of people are going through. I know myself, I've gone through this. I journal every day. I meditate for an hour at a time. And yet things just aren't coming in. And this leaves you confused. Because you take a step back and you're like, I'm doing all the things. I'm doing the journaling. I'm doing the meditating. I know that I'm doing the things I need to do in order to get where I want to get. But there's a huge problem that we overlook whenever we get into this mindset, because this mindset holds within it a trap, the doing trap. It's not exactly what people talk about whenever people say toxic masculinity, which I don't like that phrase. But if there is something that is considered toxic masculinity, I would consider it this, which is doing more than you need to do, not allowing the balance for surrender, for patience, for love, for just being in this crazy, chaotic world. It doesn't allow for the feminine aspect of yourself to manifest itself. You want to be the one in control. And if this is sounding like you may also have difficulty asking people for help. I know that's something that I'm starting to work on, and a bridge that I'm actually pursuing recently, because I kind of finished my book, the volume number 1 of the book. So if you're interested in that, I'm not sure if I'll have the official link yet, but I'm going to drop the link below so you could at least get notified whenever that goes live. I'm sure I'll be talking about that more. But there's this element of me not wanting to ask people for help in promoting that book. I am very well connected in the spirituality space, and there's an element of resistance. And so if this was my issue that I was dealing with, I could sit back and think, I'm going to meditate on this. All right, I'm going to meditate. When was it in my childhood that I felt abandoned for not being helped? When did I feel this feeling? Oh, okay, now I'm going to journal about that. Let me write out all this journaling. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, there was this thing that happened when I was like in 3rd grade. Oh, okay, that was it. That's why I can't ask for help. And this is useful to an extent. I believe this is more so helpful whenever you're starting your journey. And it gets you that momentum flowing. You see that it works. You start moving with it. But there comes a time in your journey, and this is the goal right here, is where you need to stop doing and start being. You need to stop seeking and start finding. You need to stop chasing and start attracting. And that's a little bit of a weird way to put it, but I think that's actually very on par with our masculine feminine balance here. That's kind of what we're talking about. Stop masculine chasing and start feminine receiving. Stop resisting and start allowing. Stop controlling, start surrendering. Stop worrying and stop fixating and start trusting. Stop fighting and start flowing. Stop struggling and start thriving. Stop surviving. Start living. Because like I said, we are not human doings. We are human beings. I think that's the first time I said that this podcast. So I apologize. That actually is, I didn't mean to say again, but the point of this, the reason I bring all this up is because we're so proud of ourselves. We're so happy. We're so glad that we are able to see and find these deeper layers of the onion to unfold. But at some level, you just got to stop. You just kind of, and stop. I'm not saying full stop. I think there's a lot of benefits to meditating, to journaling, but all the answers aren't going to come there. You can receive all the answers right now. You're a divine spark that's co-creating with God. He has the answers. Therefore, you have the answers. So receive those answers. Allow for that to just unfold in your life. Allow for those blessings to come into your life. Don't get caught up in the mind trap of, well, if I didn't do it, then it doesn't count. Spirit, God, Source is doing so much work on the back end that if you had his perspective, her perspective, however you want to refer to the divine, you could see all of the opportunities that God is trying to bring into your life, that is serving you up on a silver platter, on a silver platter. And you're just not biting out of the apple. You're not taking the thing off the platter and ingesting it and integrating it into your life. You know all of the things. And that's great. But you're still stuck in that logical mind of acting and doing. So if this sounds like you, the prescription I have for you today is to take a step back. Stop doing all these things. If you're doing all the things I had listed and maybe a couple more, remove 2 or 3 of them. And this is maybe like a ratio thing. So if you're only doing 3 things, right? You're meditating, you're journaling, you're EFT tapping, remove 1 of them. See what happens. See if it opens up energy in your life for other things. Because the goal, the end goal of all of those tools is to just be. Just be in the state of harmony, the state of natural intelligence, the state of the vibration of God, of you, of your original home in God's kingdom. You can find that because it is right here. And yes, I'm not trying to say, I guess, that trauma doesn't exist. Of course it exists. We have things that distort us away from that kingdom all the time. The point that I'm trying to say is just pull yourself back out of it. Or let go. Just let go. It's okay. Be grateful for where you're at now. And I think if I go any longer, I'm going to be repeating myself. So at this point, I do want to welcome you guys into applying to work with me one-on-one. The application is going to be down in the link below, in the description below. I am not sure how many more people I'm able to take on, so please act quickly, and I will be checking applications relatively quick. At least once a week I check them, and I want to make sure that you're someone I can actually help. So if I reach out to you, if I don't reach out to you, don't take it personally. You're listening to this. You're on the path. You're on the journey. I just don't know that I can personally help you. And so hopefully I can. I honestly think I can, but I don't want to waste our time. I don't want to make false promises. And that's what the application is designed to do. Is it's a design for me to get a good snapshot of your life and for me to sit there and say, okay, this is someone that I can actually take to the next level. I can peel back the layers. And quite frankly, if you're listening to this, if you're a longtime listener of the show, I'm almost positive that the answer is yes, that I will be able to help you because you're in alignment with what I'm saying. You love the conversations that I'm having. But I just want to let you guys know. I just want to, let you guys know how it is. I want to let you guys know what to expect. So please do that. Please apply below. If you don't want to apply and life's going good, I absolutely appreciate it and love you for that. So what you could do, and this would help me a lot, is if you could leave a rating on this podcast, 5 stars ideally. If you think it was terrible and you're still listening to me, well, that's a whole nother story. You might need to apply for coaching in that case. But no, a rating I would 100% be very grateful for. And I really don't have much more to say to you guys. I don't want to drag this on. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see all of you guys in the 6th dimension.